I'm Salad and I saw Jumanji, The Next Level. It is directed by Jake Kasdan and spoiler, The Rock's in it. So if you haven't seen this movie, I will spoil it for you. Before we start, this review is sponsored by my Linktree. You can go check that out after the review. Now let's get on with it. The movie starts, we're following Spencer in college. He's like, I'm in college, ooh. And he goes home for Christmas during college time, and his friends are like, oh, I'm doing so fun stuff. We have Bethany and his girlfriend that he's not really talking to. Also, I really like the choice of having Danny DeVito as Spencer's grandpa. Man, just Danny DeVito just like being there and like acting like, you know, cynical, I think is probably the proper term. The cynical grandpa. I like that choice a lot. So you have Spencer being sad. He's like, I'm gonna look at Jumanji. And it's like, okay, you know what happened, Spencer. I don't really like your choice. I don't think the movie really sets it up very well. Like him be like, the only way I could really feel anything is to go back into Jumanji. I wish that was kind of done. But no, he just kind of picks it up. He's like, all right, Jumanji time. And then it goes into Jumanji. So his friends are like, where's Spencer? And they go down to his basement and they find Jumanji. And they're like, we have to go get him. And so that's the plot. But Bethany is not sucked in. So who's actually sucked in? So we have the girlfriend of Spencer. We also have the grandpa, which is Danny DeVito, but he's The Rock. So I'm mostly interested in seeing how the actors try to act like the other actors. So right now, we have The Rock trying to act like Danny DeVito. We also have Kevin Hart trying to act like a Milo. Oh, man, I don't remember his actor's name. But we have Kevin Hart trying to act like that guy, that old guy. We also have Jack Black acting like Fridge. And I think Jack Black does a pretty good job acting like Fridge. Versus The Rock, he kind of slips in and out of it. He does like a lot of the grandpa stuff. He's like, what? You know, stuff like that. But I don't think it has that like Danny DeVito flair. So later in this movie review, when they switch bodies, I'm gonna definitely rank what I think of the actors' performances, like kind of rank them in order of what I think is like best to worst. So stick around for that. But what happens in Jumanji is instead of the green jewel, they have this orange jewel that is being taken away, kept away from the sun, and the only way to get out of Jumanji is to hold it up to the sun. And I like the fun dynamic between all of the actors is pretty fun. I think it's a little bit less because there's more action scenes. There's a lot of action. Them being chased by monkeys. I forget what type of monkey it is. I know it's different than a baboon. They're often compared similarly. Ah man, I cannot speak today. Dang. Also, Spencer's girlfriend. Spencer's girlfriend has their old avatar, but everyone else is switched up. Oh boy. Luckily, Fridge has been in the game before, and so is this chick. So they're escorting these two old geezers through this game, and they're constantly asking, is this a video game? Is this a video game? What is this? Where am I? And I like when they're like at the beginning asking this. I really don't like it when they keep asking if it's like where they're at like throughout the movie. Because it's like, it's been asked, it's been answered several times. Yeah, I know you can't believe it. Wow, I can't believe it. But this has been your reality for a while now. Okay, why? Just why? Come on, why? Why? Stop asking questions, please. They're trying to find Spencer. Also, Spencer is Awkwafina. What I mean by that is Spencer is a cat burgle, and Awkwafina plays the cat burgle. And I like Awkwafina acting like Spencer, acting like Alex Wolff's character. She does a pretty good job at that, actually. It kind of gets the whole, like, I'm having a panic attack. Can I have, like, a brown paper bag, please? Or something like that. You know, fun stuff like that. But, of course, they end up losing a lot of lives collectively. They each end up with having one life. And in order to save the crew and stuff, they got Bethany finds Alex, pulls Alex back into Jumanji, and there's more than 5 characters now. There's a horse. Bethany becomes a horse. Great. That's fun. I like the horse. I would like to pet it, personally. At last, they find Spencer. They all group together. They all find this. They find the thing that's supposed to be shown to the sun. And what's great about this is I like how in Jumanji, a little bit earlier, there's this pool of water that switches bodies. That's established. I mentioned the switching bodies thing because they all of them, including the horse, jump into this river where the electricity flows through, and they all switch bodies again to back to their good old respective characters. Spencer is now the Rock. We have Kevin Hart is now Fridge. And then we also have Bethany is now Jack Black again, which is pretty great. And I like how Milo is the horse. And Eddie is the grandpa's name. He's Aquafina now, so that's fun. And anyone else I mentioned, I forgot? Probably, but they're all the same characters. Oh, the chick's still the same, by the way. That's fine. She didn't switch any bodies. She stayed out of the water. So anyway, now we have a flying horse. Yeah, I mentioned that Milo is a flying horse now with Aquafina. Yeah, here it is. Here's the jewel. And then they get out. And then, you know what's nice? Milo wants to stay in after Eddie just having his friend back. They've been estranged for a long time. This is the plot point that I enjoy because it's like, oh, this long lost friend because you hate them or something. There's some sort of grudge and you guys can reconcile. But then Milo's gonna stay in this game as a horse. And then Eddie helps out a local business that is struggling with restaurant work. And it's like, nice. All right, cool. All right, and that's the end of the movie. And now is the part of the review that I really want to talk about. The actors try to act like the other actors. So let's start with The Rock, since he's the focus of this month and this movie review. But also, The Rock is supposed to be acting like Danny DeVito through about 2/3 of the film. And then Alex Wolff for about like a third of it. This is rough estimation, but I think I mentioned a little bit before that he slips in and out of like being Danny DeVito. He does the what? Huh? He kind of does like a little nasally thing going on, but I don't think he really captures Danny DeVito's like style of speech. And when it comes to trying to be like Alex Wolff, I feel like his impression is like more subdued, less The Rock, and more like big guy with like nerd energy who is able to channel the big guy's fearlessness because the nerd himself doesn't have that fearlessness. That's what his performance reminded me of. So in terms of like acting like the other actors, I'd give The Rock's performance like a 6, okay? So now it's time for the other actors. Let's go with Kevin Hart this time. Kevin Hart, first he's Milo, and then we have Kevin Hart pretending to be Fridge. You know, I didn't really tell much of a difference, except for maybe like the dialogue, the overall confusion of where they're at, and it was fine. Like, I didn't really get much like Kevin Hart stand-up vibes or Kevin Hart like action hero vibes from this. I mostly got like I mostly just got like zoologist vibes the entire time. There wasn't like much difference between the two performances. It was subtle. It was definitely a subtle difference. And so I'd give his acting also a 6. Now let's go with the chick. The chick stays the same the entire time. She did okay. I feel like her acting was more expressive a little bit. Just a little bit. The only time where she changes bodies is again when she changes body with Fridge, and she's able to encapsulate the excitement that Fridge has, which I think is pretty nice. And overall, her acting, just in general, I enjoyed. It was pretty all right. So I gave her acting Like a 6.9. Now let's talk about Aquafina. Aquafina, she's supposed to be Spencer for like half the film. And then like the last few moments before she's like, after she switches bodies, she's supposed to be Danny DeVito. So she does okay with Spencer. I honestly, her performance as Spencer kind of reminded me of her performance, like a little more subdued version of her performance in Shang-Chi. Although her performance as Danny DeVito, I like a lot. She's like, what? She sounds like a crotchety old woman, and I like her impression of him. It's great. But it doesn't like have like Danny DeVito voice flow, acting style to it. It just sounds like her impression of an old man. So I'd give her acting a 7. Jack Black. Oh boy, Jack Black. Oh man, he's supposed to be Fridge, and I think he does pretty well. He's definitely not as subtle, but he's also not like being disrespectful to the Fridge character, not like portraying him as some like stereotypes. But then he's Bethany, and I love him as Bethany. Oh man, he's like, oh yeah, girl, ah yeah. And I'm like, oh man, Jack Black talking like a girl. Oh man, I love it. Like talking like a lady who says, I will literally catch you on fire. And it's like, yeah, I love this. Oh man, I gotta give this his acting like a 9. Okay. The other characters, they didn't really like switch bodies. Horse acting, I literally couldn't tell the difference between Bethany and Milo, to be honest. I mean, Bethany flips her hair as a horse, and then Milo flies. That's neat. Horse acting, I either give a 0 or 100. There's no in between. Man, other than that, I like the adventure of the movie. It's pretty nice. It's felt like the last movie, but with Danny DeVito, and I wish more Danny DeVito was in it. It's just me. I really like Danny DeVito. Also, more Jack Black. Even though he was like in most of the film, I still want more Jack Black. I want like an entire Jack Black film. And I know there are several, so I'll have to review them sometime. Otherwise, the colors are nice. It just gave me the last Jumanji vibes, and to be honest, I didn't feel like the movie really expanded on anything other than like the horse. So, I'm gonna have to give this movie a solid 6.5 out of 10. If you like this review, watch another one. YouTube really likes that. You can also like, comment, subscribe, share this video with everyone you know. The ultimate goal of this channel is for me to become an expert movie reviewer, so if I haven't reviewed it on the channel, there's a chance I haven't even seen it at all. If you'd like to request a movie in the comments below, you can do that, or you can fast track a movie review request at patreon.com/ASCpresents. $20 a month for 1 movie review per 1 month. Or $3 a month for 250 vlogs and how to draw Pokemon tutorials, all at patreon.com/ASCpresents. And if you'd like to help support the daily grindiness of all these daily movie reviews, you can go to this link tree. It really helps the daily grindiness. My Fansly is free to follow, so you can go there. And until next time, I'm Mint Salad Saw. I'll see you later, my salad croutons and bacon bits.